Okay, we will start with the lecture. I will share a screen with you. Yesterday, I think we were discussing what we were discussing. Can anybody tell me yesterday what we were discussing? Can anybody tell me?
PCMC.
Yes. We have discussed about the process of PCM. Can anybody tell me what is the long form of PCM? Yes, what is the long form of PCM? Can anybody tell me?
Pulse code modulation.
Pulse code modulation. Okay. What are the three basic steps in order to perform PCM? What are the three basic steps to perform the pulse code modulation? Be quick. Can you observe it on the screen? Tell me, what are the three steps for pulse code modulation? Yes,
Sampling, quantizing, binary coding.
sampling, quantizing, and encoding. Okay, these are the three stages. What do you mean by sampling? What do you mean by sampling? चला ज्यांना येत आहे त्यांनी सांगा पटकन, वाट नका बघत बसू. बोला मुलांनो, पटकन बोला. What do you mean by sampling?
Continuous analog signal to discrete time signal.
Conversion of continuous time signal to discrete time signal is called as sampling. Okay. What is quantization? Yes, what is quantizing? Tell me. What is quantizing? Tell me. Yes. Vedant. In simple words, it is converting infinite possibilities into finite possibilities. And what do you mean by encoding? Encoding. Conversion of quantized samples to binary codes. Okay, it is called as encoding. Now, let us go to the block diagram of PCM system. Okay, so in this block diagram, what you can observe, there are two sections. This section is called as transmitter section. This section is called as receiver section. Okay. So what transmitter section consists of? It consists of source. Source is nothing but a analog message signal. It is passed to next block, which is LPF. Long form of LPF is low pass filter. After low pass filter, there is a block called as sampler. Thereafter, there is quantizer block, and thereafter there is encoder block. So this totally forms the transmission section. What it forms? It forms the transmission section. Okay. So as you have seen, source is nothing but the information, and information is in analog form, and that analog information we want to send it by using the pulse code modulation technique. Okay. So initially your signal will enter into a block called as low pass filter. Okay. So as its name implies, this filter eliminates low frequencies which are present in the high frequencies which are present in the analog signal. So basically we have studied that the information signal is mostly analog signal, and that too of low frequency. Okay, so if this information signal is contaminated with noise, generally the noise is high frequency noise, and in order to eliminate this high frequency noise, you have to pass the analog signal through a low pass filter. Okay, so so the first thing what is done in pulse code modulation technique is the high frequency noise signal is removed. So by removing this high frequency noise signal, what will happen? The aliasing effect is avoided, which would have been present in the signal if higher frequencies were present at the input end or in the information. So what is the purpose of low pass filter? The purpose of low pass filter is to remove high frequency noise present in the information signal. So if you remove high frequency noise present in the signal, then the aliasing effect due to sampling will be eliminated. So this is what is the purpose of the low pass filter. The second block of this pulse code modulator is the sampler. So all of you know the first step of pulse code modulation is to convert the continuous time signal into the discrete time signal. The electronic circuit which performs this is called as sampler. Sampler is a circuit which performs the sampling operation. Sampling operation means to sample the given analog signal at a rate equal to Nyquist rate. Can anybody tell me what is Nyquist rate? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? What is Nyquist rate? Yes? Yes, Vedant, what is Nyquist rate? Yes. टेस्ट दिली ना रे मुलांनो. नायक्विस्ट रेट वरती क्वेश्चन होता. मग सांगा ना काय नायक्विस्ट रेट?
2 FM.
2 FM. Fs must be equal to 2 times FM. Fs is the sampling frequency. FM is the maximum frequency of the analog signal. So, sampler circuit, what it does, it takes the samples of the analog signal at the regular interval of time. And while sampling, the sampler follows the Nyquist criterion. The sampler follows the Nyquist criterion. And what is Nyquist criterion? It is Fs must be equal to 2 times Fm. Okay. So the sampling must be done at a frequency equal to 2 times the maximum frequency of the analog signal. So if you sample at or greater than rate of the Nyquist rate, the signal will be properly sampled. Signal will be properly sampled means what? After sampling at the receiving end, it will be reconstructed properly, or original signal is reconstructed at the receiving end accurately if you sample the signal at Nyquist rate at the transmitting end. Okay. Now, in pulse code modulator, sampler is an electronic circuit which converts continuous time analog signal into discrete time signal and this conversion is carried out at the Nyquist sampling frequency. Why it is carried out at the Nyquist sampling frequency? It is because why? Tell me why. Yes, tell me why. Yes, students, tell me why. आताच सांगितलं ना रे. हा? बोला. What is the reason? What is the reason? The reason is that if you sample the given signal at Nyquist frequency, the signal will be properly sampled. Signal will be properly sampled means you are able to reconstruct the original signal at the receiving end only and only if you are sampling it with the Nyquist rate. Okay. So if you do not sample by following Nyquist rate, then it is not possible to recover the original signal at the receiving end. And therefore, what the sampler does, sampler samples the analog information signal. Sampler samples the analog information signal. Sampler samples the analog information signal by following Nyquist criterion. Okay, by following Nyquist criterion. So this is what is you have to tell here. Okay. Now after this, there is next block, which is quantizer block. Obviously, quantizer block performs the quantization process on the sampled signal. Okay. So initially you have taken the analog signal, passed it through low pass filter in order to remove high frequency noise. Then you have passed it to sampler in order to convert it into discrete time signal. You have sampled it at a rate equal to Nyquist sampling rate. And after doing all these things, you are passing it to a block called as quantizer. Okay. So quantizer, what it is doing, it is approximating values. It is approximating the values of each sample to a pre-decided level. Okay, pre-decided by system. Okay, so here in quantizer, what we are doing, we are converting infinite voltage possibilities into finite voltage possibilities. So that is what we are doing. Okay. So after sampling, we are performing quantization process on the information signal. So after quantization, the signal is passed to a block which is known as encoder. And the function of encoder is to attach a code, binary code, to each sample. Okay. So each sample is taken by encoder and using pre-decided algorithm, it assigns a particular binary code to each sample depending on its voltage, depending on its quantized voltage level. Depending on its quantized voltage level, encoder attaches binary code to each sample. हे समजलं का सगळ्यांना? बोला. समजलं का? काय शिकलो आपण आता? ही ब्लॉक डायग्राम शिकलो. बरोबर आहे? काय शिकलोय आपण? ही ब्लॉक डायग्राम शिकलो. आणि त्या ब्लॉक डायग्राम मध्ये काय आहे? त्या ब्लॉक डायग्राम मध्ये इन्फॉर्मेशन सिग्नल आहे, लो पास फिल्टर आहे, सॅम्पलर आहे, क्वांटायझर आहे, एन्कोडर आहे. ओके. इथे अॅनालॉग सिग्नल इनपुटला मिळतो तुम्हाला. लो पास फिल्टर मध्ये हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सी रिमूव्ह केली जाते. सॅम्पलर मध्ये या अॅनालॉग सिग्नलचं सॅम्पलिंग होतं, म्हणजे सीटी सिग्नलचं कन्व्हर्शन डीटी सिग्नल मध्ये होतं. त्याच्यानंतर क्वांटायझेशन प्रोसेस होते आणि त्याच्यानंतर एन्कोडिंग होतं. ओके. हे कळलं का तुम्हाला? हॅलो, हा मुलांना ऐकू येतंय? ओके. लो पास फिल्टर मध्ये काय होतं? हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सी नॉइज रिमूव्ह केला जातो. सॅम्पलर मध्ये काय होतं? सीटी सिग्नलचं कन्व्हर्शन डीटी सिग्नल मध्ये होतं. क्वांटायझर मध्ये काय होतं? प्रत्येक सॅम्पल ला अप्रॉक्सिमेट व्होल्टेज लेवल अटॅच केली जाते आणि एन्कोडर मध्ये काय होतं? प्रत्येक अप्रॉक्सिमेट व्होल्टेज लेवलला बायनरी कोड अटॅच केला जातो. एवढं समजलं का सगळ्यांना? बोला. तुम्ही बोलत जा म्हणजे पुढे जाता येईल आपल्याला, नाहीतर नाही जाता येणार.
हो मॅम.
Okay. So encoder outputs the digital 0 and 1 values. Okay. They are transmitted through a channel. So while transmitting through a channel from one point to another point at a long distance, what happens? The signal attenuates. That means strength of the signal decreases. And therefore it becomes necessary to recreate this signal. And this signal can be recreated by a circuit called as regenerative repeater. So this regenerative repeater recreates the attenuated signal. So this regenerator circuit, it is present at certain distance in the channel path. Okay. So here you can observe regenerative repeater. This section increases the signal strength. The output of the channel also has one regenerative repeater circuit to compensate the signal loss and reconstruct the signal and also to increase its strength. So in the block diagram, you can observe the regenerative repeaters at two locations, one at the transmitting end and another at the receiving end. At the transmitting end, the function of the regenerative repeater is to increase the strength of signal. Okay. And at the receiving end, the function of the regenerative repeater is to compensate for the signal loss and reconstruct the signal by increasing its strength. Okay. So at the both ends, it is recreating the signal. Now in block diagram, we will once again go back to the block diagram. Here you can observe in the channel there are two regenerative repeaters and in receiver section. So now we are going to discuss the receiver section. So in the receiver section, what you can observe? You can observe these four blocks. The first block of the receiver section is regeneration circuit. It is called as a regeneration circuit. So regeneration circuit will also perform the same function as regenerative repeater. What it will do? It will receive the signal. That signal may be decayed information signal. So that decayed information signal is regenerated by the regeneration circuit. So it will recover the actual information and convert it into a proper voltage. Okay. So this is what is the function of the regeneration circuit. Now output of the regeneration circuit is given to the decoder. As at the transmitting end, you are performing encoding function. At the receiving end, you will require a reverse function or inverse function. So decoding is a inverse function of encoding. At the encoder, what we are doing, we are converting voltage into a binary code. But in the decoder, we are converting the binary code back to the voltage. Okay. सो ह्याचं फंक्शनिंग तुम्हाला कळलं का मुलांनो? फंक्शनिंग कळलं तुम्हाला? फंक्शनिंग कळलं का? So what encoder does? It converts approximated voltage level to binary code. What decoder does? It converts binary code to voltage. Okay. So decoder converts binary code to voltage. Okay. So here you can observe decoder circuit decodes the pulse decoded waveform to produce the original signal. So this decoder circuit particularly acts as demodulator. Okay, it acts as demodulator. So I am going to draw the waveform that you may get. You may get at the output of the decoder. Okay, so at the input of decoder, you may be having zeros or ones like this. Okay. So these zeros and ones, they are present in pulse form. So this is 0. This is 1. So even if after this, if it is 0, like this. So such a waveform is present at the input of the decoder. So after decoding, different voltage levels are produced like this. So such type of waveform will be present at the output of the decoder. So voltage of each sample is recovered here. Voltage of each sample is recovered and such a staircase type waveform is generated at the output of the decoder. So you can observe that the shape of this waveform is similar to the shape of the original information signal. But still it has some squares like this. And these squares are nothing but they are high frequency components. So these corners are high frequency components. So still it is not a original information signal, but a part of original information signal is there. Okay, a part of original information signal is there. So here you can observe these high frequency components must be eliminated. So this is done with the help of reconstruction filter. So this reconstruction filter is nothing but a low pass filter. Again, it is a low pass filter. So what it is? It is a low pass filter. So this reconstruction filter is a low pass filter. So when such a signal is passed through the reconstruction filter, which is a low pass filter, all high frequency noise will be eliminated and your signal will be smoothed out like this. Okay. So if you pass such a signal through a reconstruction filter, then you will get a signal like this. So this is nothing but your original information signal. So this is how by using pulse code modulator, we are going to convert the analog signal into digital, then we can transmit it, then we can receive it at the receiving end, and we can reconstruct the original information signal at the receiver. Okay. So are you clear about this, students? Are you clear about this? Okay, you are not talking anything. That means you are clear. Okay. So let us discuss advantages and disadvantages of pulse code modulation. Some of the advantages of pulse code modulation are like this. So here they have written uniform transmission quality. That is good transmission quality. Okay. Compatibility of different classes of traffic in the network. So it is compatible to different technologies. Okay. So increased utilization of existing circuit, low manufacturing cost, very good performance. Okay. Or a poor transmission path. Okay, good performance. It is providing good performance and simplicity. So these two are the advantages of the pulse code modulation, but it also comes with certain disadvantages. And disadvantages of pulse code modulation is that for one sample, you have to transmit either 2 bits or 4 bits or 8 bits or 16 bits. Due to this, what happens? The bandwidth requirement of the transmission channel increases. So large bandwidth requirement is a disadvantage of the pulse code modulation. Okay. Noise and crosstalk problem is there, and this arises due to attenuation. Okay. So this you need not care about. Just remember these two disadvantages. Out of this, one important disadvantage is large bandwidth required. Okay, so you have to remember. Now this completes your pulse code modulation. This completes your pulse code modulation.
मॅम
हा बोला.
मॅम हे पीपीटी ग्रुपवर व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुपवर सेंड करता का?
ग्रुपवर नाही, मूडलवर टाकणार.
ओके मॅम.
हा, सगळं आता मूडलवर टाकणार, मूडलवरून घ्यायचं. ओके, सगळ्यांनी मूडल बघत राहायचं आणि मूडल वरून घ्या. हा, पाठवते मी, कारण तुम्हाला अभ्यासाला ते बरं पडतं, मला माहिती आहे. ओके, सगळ्यांनी मूडल वरून घ्या. Okay, now we are moving to the next point. What you can observe on the screen? What you can observe on the screen?
Frequency shifting.
Frequency shift keying. So today directly we are not starting with the frequency shift keying, but we are starting with the digital modulation technique which is used in the modem. Okay, so that we are going to see. Okay, so this is a digital modulation. Okay, so in this type of digital modulation, your information signal is digital. It may be binary. It is present in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, so information signal is binary. And the carrier signal is sine wave, which is nothing but an analog signal. Okay, and this particular type of modulation is used in modems. Okay, so why we are using, or where we are using? In a place where the digital data has to be transmitted over telephone line. So if you try to transmit a digital data over a telephone line, what happens? You cannot send it as it is. It is because the bandwidth of the or the frequency content or the bandwidth, signal bandwidth of the digital signal is very, very large. But the bandwidth of the telephone line is small. It is of the order of 8 kilohertz. And in order to make this 8 kilohertz bandwidth suitable for high bandwidth signal, we have to perform conversion of this digital signal into a signal which is suitable for your telephone lines. Okay, so this can be done with the help of modulation. This can be done with the help of modulation, and this type of modulation is called as digital modulation, in which information signal is digital wave and carrier signal is a sine wave. Okay, so in this type of modulation, what is done is some character of carrier sine wave is varied in accordance with the digital data or information signal. Digital data, which is nothing but your information signal. Okay. So some character of the carrier sine wave is varied in accordance with the digital data. So accordingly, we have different types of digital modulations which are used for modem. The first type is ASK. Meaning of this is amplitude shift keying. Okay. The second type is FSK. FSK means frequency shift keying. Frequency shift keying. And third is PSK. PSK. So it is obviously phase shift keying. So what happens in case of amplitude shift keying? The amplitude of carrier sine wave signal is varied in accordance with the digital data. That is what is amplitude shift keying. Likewise, can you tell me what is meaning of FSK? Yes. In FSK, what is happening?